What if I told you that the secret to unlocking your tech potential isn't found in endless online courses or expensive degrees? What if the most impactful way to learn, grow, and even land your dream job actually hides in something you can build in just a couple of days? For years, we've been told that to master technology, you need to follow rigid curriculums, sit through hours of lectures, and collect certificates. And while those have their place, they often miss the most crucial ingredient: real-world application. This is where the magic of weekend projects comes in. These aren't massive, months-long endeavors. They're small, focused, hands-on challenges you can conceive, build, and often complete within a single weekend. Imagine building a simple app that tracks your habits, or a tiny robot that waters your plants, or even a personal website to showcase your skills. These are weekend projects. They're about taking an idea, no matter how small, and bringing it to life with your own two hands and a bit of code or hardware. Why are these seemingly small projects so incredibly powerful? Firstly, they force you to do rather than just read or watch. You encounter real problems, make real mistakes, and find real solutions. This hands-on struggle solidifies your understanding in a way passive learning never can. It's like learning to ride a bike. You can watch all the videos you want, but you only truly learn by getting on and falling a few times. Secondly, weekend projects are incredible for consolidating knowledge. You might learn about variables and loops in a course, but applying them to make a button actually do something on a web page makes that knowledge concrete. You also become an expert problem solver. When your code doesn't work, you learn debugging, the art of finding and fixing errors. This skill is invaluable in any tech role, and it's a muscle you strengthen with every project. Thirdly, and this is where nobody ever tells you the truth, weekend projects build your portfolio. Forget theoretical exercises. When you apply for a job, showing a potential employer something you actually built speaks volumes more than any transcript. It demonstrates initiative, practical skills, and a genuine passion for technology. It's tangible proof of what you can do, and it differentiates you from countless other applicants. And finally, they're fun. There's an immense satisfaction in seeing your idea come to life. This intrinsic motivation keeps you engaged, making the learning process enjoyable and sustainable. What if you could turn your learning into a game, where every completed project is a level cleared? So, how do you pick your first weekend project? The biggest mistake most beginners make is aiming too big. Start incredibly small. Think of something you can realistically finish